Hey, good morning, Jacques. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. I'm talking to Garth Brooks.
Entering his second year as the LSU head football coach.
It was the only way I could get a foot in the door.
Joined by the icon, Kim Mulkey. Hey, Coach, great to see you.
All right, we've already had a show off camera. Hopefully we'll have a good show on camera. A couple of very popular and talented local musicians who are likewise part of the Catery Reunion 3 at the Texas Club August 9th. The great Cam Pyle.
Hey,
Cam,
Jacques, good to see you.
Rhett Guillot.
Jacques, good to see you, sir.
Great to see you guys. And I guess you could say these guys are like Sting, or pick your favorite front man who also had a popular solo career, right? So you both front bands, and you also play gigs on the side.
Absolutely.
Only way to do it, man.
You just only could wish you would get the money Paul McCartney is getting on. Have you looked at the Paul McCartney tickets in New Orleans, by the way, just to start here?
No. We saw Paul McCartney a few years ago in New Orleans. He played for 3.5 hours.
Cool.
By the end of the show, we were pretty much like, play Live and Let Die so we can go home. But he just wanted to keep going.
Did he play the Superdome that night?
And that was at Smoothie King.
It was at the Smoothie King.
That was
okay.
great. It was great, though.
I'd like to go, but every ticket, any decent ticket, $700, $800, and that's before you get to the ticket master. We're going to screw you just because we can screw you fee. And here's
Really?
yeah, it's pretty pricey.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money to go to a show. You guys can tell stories, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like in your teens, I saw X for $20,
Yeah,
right?
first concert I went to was the Family Values Tour, which was like headlined by Korn, and I think it was like maybe $35, $40 to sit like in section 112, you know, kind of side stage.
Where was
that? UNO. It was great. You should have went.
Family Values, it was ironic, right? Because,
Very ironic.
Yeah. Is Marilyn Manson on that too? Or?
No, I mean, he might as well have been. They had mosh pits in the stands. It was great.
We saw Korn at Grant Street Dance Hall in Lafayette
Dude.
with Fishbone.
Oh my gosh, that must have been great.
Shut it. It was great.
It must have been before they broke.
Yeah, they were just getting going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because did you watch the
Actually, the whole band, Amos Moses, was there that night.
Like, were you just mind blown?
And it was incredible. It
I'm so jealous.
was incredible.
Did you see the Woodstock 99 documentary?
Yeah.
Don't get me started with that.
They were a big part of that. Korn was a big part of that.
I don't
Massive.
know. I forgot.
Yeah. They showed them in the beginning of Blind, and it's just like 300,000 people, just a mass of people just moving. It's,
They were ready. We are ready. Yeah.
I think it was it Bush that had to follow them up, or somebody had to follow them up, and the crowd was just exhausted
it was
after
Bush,
Korn.
yeah.
Yeah, because Korn was very, very hot. I think they were like the biggest draw, one of the biggest draws at that show. Aggressive music. These days, you guys not playing Korn, or are you?
I think we are playing
Yeah.
a Korn song, actually.
Are you really?
I think we are.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about music, and I'm sure, and Rhett's got some opinions on music
That
we'll
I
get
do.
to, you know, maybe about the business and the way musicians are treated. But what got you hooked on music? When's the first time you picked up a six string and played a note?
God, dog, I should have been more prepared for this. That's a great question, Jacques.
You told me the first song you learned was a Rat song, Lack of Communication.
That's right. That's right. Lack of communication. When I moved here from Texas and thought it would be super cool to play guitar, just trying to make friends and hang out. And so my mom bought me a guitar. And
That was the first song you played?
got guitar lessons with J.J. Sexton, who was the guitar player for Floyd Brown. A lot of people know Floyd Brown. You ever heard of him?
Maybe. Sorry. I grew up in Lafayette,
Floyd
so.
Brown, I know. Floyd Brown had a nightclub on Airline Highway, and it's near Benny's, you know, in that area right there. And man, it was packed every weekend. Floyd Brown's band was the biggest thing around, and it had been for a long time. But anyway, his guitar player was my first guitar teacher, and I just tried to pick something that was easy, that seemed like I could accomplish it, you know. And that one was like some power chords. Had a real easy guitar solo. I thought, man, I can learn this whole song. So that was the first one. And that was when I was about 12, 13, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Rhett, what about you?
Way less cool. Yeah,
I find that hard to believe.
So the first song I ever learned on guitar was a secret track on Green Day's Dookie, and it was All By Myself. It was part of a D chord, that was it.
The name of the song was All By Myself. This
Yeah.
is not the Eric Carmen song redone by Celine Dion.
No. It was just that's the whole song, literally. It was just terrible.
Well,
I can still play it to this day, though.
Good deal. Well, and you just brought up a reference there that our generation knows. Bonus track. You know,
Oh, yeah.
you get a CD and there was one song on
Got
there
the
that
hit
wasn't
track.
listed. Yeah.
Bonus track. There was another bonus track by Keith Urban a few years back, and it was called The One Chord Song, where he literally played one chord the whole song.
I like that. It's pretty cool.
Sounds like I'm going to the 4, but I'm not. I'm staying on the 1.
Well, I think it's the opening bass line of Unskinny Bop by Poison. Is dum 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 dum. It's the same. I think it's the same note over and over. But so many great songs are that way. Like You Really Got Me by the Kinks, right? Da da na 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 da da na na na.
Running with the Devil by
I was about to
Van
say,
Halen.
Jacques' a huge Van Halen fan. Would you say Van Halen is your favorite band?
Absolutely.
100%.
It's just, and it's because the band is so much. It's Roth, it's Hagar, it's guitar, it's keyboard. Their volume of work and songs is just so massive.
Yeah.
And I'm different than a lot of people. I grew up more on the Sammy stuff. 5150 was my favorite album for the longest amount of time. I liked his voice and how he could sing high, and I loved those songs. Dreams, we get higher and higher. The Blue Angels song, I just loved all that stuff. So I understand the Roth fans that are like, real Van Halen is Unchained. And
Okay, Unchained is great.
Unchained
is
and
awesome.
Running with the Devil,
Yeah.
and this Sammy pop stuff. This is not Van Halen. I understand that view of it, but yeah, that's always been my favorite band.
Yeah.
That was a rambling answer.
I saw your Van Halen mouse pad over by the computer.
Yeah, I got the Frankenstein, right?
Yeah.
And Eddie passed away. It's gonna be 5 years in October.
Nuh-uh.
It was in COVID. It was 2020.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and just a genius, right?
He was an innovator.
Yeah, for sure.
Not much of a people person, I heard, but
It's funny. Those geniuses, they still have high anxiety.
yeah, he seemed nervous around people a lot.
And they drink to kill their anxiety,
Yeah.
and he's just alcoholic, and but brilliant songwriter, right? Just whether it was keyboards, whether it was Right Now, he wrote that, or whether it was Eruption, which every guitarist, or not every, but most tried to emulate, when they heard that.
Speaking of David Lee Roth there, on a lot of the Van Halen, well, some of the albums, like Women and Children First, a lot of those were done on keyboards run through guitar amps. And it still sounds like a guitar.
Yeah,
being
totally.
played. It's amazing.
Well, the opening to The Cradle Will Rock, that is a keyboard.
That's a keyboard. The whole song's a keyboard.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Have you seen Junior's grades? Well, and I didn't intend this to be a Van Halen conversation, but when Jump came about, there was a lot of talk behind the scenes about we shouldn't do this. You're a guitar hero. You don't play keyboards. We don't do this pop stuff. And obviously, it's the biggest hit the band's ever had. But there was still some talk about we don't cross over into that land.
It was very synth heavy.
And this guy right here, Rhett, he can take a song like Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Sure.
And you can jazz it up and make it a hard rock tune.
Yeah, it's kind of the MO that I have, apparently. I've done it in bands for years before, and I'm sure we'll get into what we've done in high school and all that stuff, so that'll come at a later time. But yeah, you can make anything metal or metal adjacent. Let's go with that.
I had this conversation with Allison Collins as well. Whitney Houston, is she the greatest voice of our lifetime? I would give her my vote in terms of greatest voice. Female, I go Steve Perry. Male is what I said.
It's easy to say anybody's rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, of the national anthem. She absolutely wins that.
Oh yeah, she wins that for sure.
Hands down, anytime anybody asks.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston takes the trophy on that one.
I've been to many sporting events where they don't have a national anthem singer, and they just play that. Her rendition.
Come on.
Well, smaller, like high school baseball games and stuff like that. They
Really?
may just play that. Yeah.
Huh.
I think a lot of times I go out to a Southern baseball game, and I'm not slighting them because I like hearing it. And it wasn't live. Did you know that? I think it was recorded. She recorded it in advance. I don't know why. She could have done it live. It wasn't like she had to run from anything. She had the ability.
Got to look into that.
But,
Speaking of her recording, that song "I Will Always Love You."
Yep.
And I
Hit it, Cam.
These two guys can
That
sing.
one-
I can't. So
That song, they sent her the track to do it. She recorded that vocal into a little tape machine in a hotel room, sent it back and said, "Do you want me to sing it like this?" And they were like, "That's perfect."
No, that's
And
perfect.
That's what
Use
they
it.
used.
Yep.
well. And Dolly
Unbelievable.
Parton, I've watched a lot of. For whatever reason, I started watching a bunch of Whitney Houston stuff on YouTube, like 3 months ago or something. And so that led me to Dolly Parton interviews. And the first time, Dolly Parton said they approached me about doing it, and I said okay, and I forgot about it. And I was driving down the road one day, and I heard this song come on, and it was like a dog whistle. I couldn't recognize it at first, you know. And then she goes into the big, you know, it starts slow, and then and Dolly's like, "I just could not believe that my little sad country song could be done that way," you know. And she acknowledged that obviously Whitney, you know, Dolly's version is great. It's amazing.
It's good.
It's good, yeah.
Whitney's got vocal
It's
ability that, you know.
First generation, you know.
But they say
Whitney
Dolly
took it up a notch.
Dolly said, you know, some people say that's Whitney's song. I say that's fine. Give her the credit. Just give me the cash.
Dolly's smart.
Golly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Then that's a whole nother avenue, right? I mean, if you wrote
yeah.
if you wrote one hit song,
If you write it, that's where the money is.
royalties.
Totally.
Would it be nice, Red, to just sit at home every day? That the mail comes in, you know, whatever the product may be, Sears or you know Ford, or they want to use your song. Sign yes or no, and
In a Walmart, like
Yeah.
Walmart radio. God, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I don't know why I said Sears.
Sears is closed. Well, apparently their hardware part isn't. I think they still like service lawnmowers on the side, but I think the department store side's closed, I want to say.
The Sears and Lafayette, I think you could go there and buy tickets. There was a Ticketmaster window there, and a lot of times you go buy like Saints tickets or LSU tickets at the Sears. But songwriting, Cam, I mean, you're impressed with people who perform, but when they write the song and they perform it, to me, it's more impressive, right?
It is.
I mean, who are the greatest songwriters? McCartney and Lennon obviously were a huge duo.
Only.
Prince.
Songwriter. Well, Prince was incredible.
Prince is a
prolific.
genius.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
You know, and he wrote under his, what do they call it, a surname or his fake name for so many other people also. Manic Monday by
Yep,
the
Manic Monday.
Bangles.
Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You.
Yeah, so the songwriting is great, which is one thing we did with Amos Moses. We released one album
Of originals,
of all original music.
12 songs, how many?
I don't know.
Details.
Can we
Calm
get
down, Jacques.
Can we get a fact check on how many songs on the Amos? Thank you. Jacques wants to know. Stat.
You become what you despise. When I first interned, and I'm like, why are these people asking all these questions? Just relax. Down, that guy. Go ahead.
How
I'm
many
sorry.
songs on that? God dang it. But no, man, we overwrote those songs too. You know, you couldn't do the same riff twice.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
From one verse to the next verse. And it was during, you know, kind of the incubus of the grunge period. But Joel Cooper, our singer, he heavily influenced by Kiss and loves just rock and roll, AC/DC, Kiss, pure rock. So a lot of those songs are just really pure rock and roll with kind of a grungy edge. And Jeff, our drummer, I guess he had like the 10 songs. Thank you.
Yeah.
We meant to put more, but I guess we were lazy.
Well, you know, back in the
Just ran
day,
out of money.
They were so complicated, the songs. We ran out of notes. Is what there were so many notes.
back in the cassette days, right? 5 songs on side 1, 5 on side 2, flip it.
People don't know what you're talking about. No kidding. But that was a CD. There weren't any cassettes. That sure would have been fun if we had it on a cassette. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, now it's like the hipster thing to put on
Oh
cassettes
my
now.
gosh! I was over at Ryland Percy's house last weekend, and we had to go stop by his office. One of his coworkers was moving, and she didn't want to take all of her records. So we went over there and got a stack of records, and went back and listened to him on his record player.
Isn't that great?
Oh yeah, man, it's good stuff. It's got
High-speed
it's a
dubbing.
different vibe, different sound.
Totally.
A little bit of crackle. The bass comes out different. Kind of just hits different.
High-speed dubbing was a big thing, cassette to cassette.
Oh yeah, and push 2 buttons at once to make it work.
That's right.
It's not like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You listen to a little break. Okay, the song's over. Stop it.
Makes everything sound like Prince. It's all really high pitched.
I wrote a lot of those songs.
The Columbia House CD where you get 12 CDs for 1 cent.
Oh man.
Be on the hook for many more after that.
They were on the hook, more like,
Yeah.
because they entered into contracts illegally with kids, I think. I think that was the thing, and they tried to sue everybody for it, and they're like, sorry, it's not a legally binding contract.
That really happened?
I think that's why they lost, is because they had no way to prove that you were of age.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember signing up for Columbia House when I was like 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah.
And like, I mean,
Do you remember the 12 you picked?
if I had to guess, it's probably something metal.
Yeah. So metal is your thing.
I love metal. I'm shocked I don't have on a metal shirt right now.
So you're a guy that would think like the Metallica Black Album is pop. Are you that metal?
Okay.
Slayer, Megadeth.
Okay. So let me explain this. There's levels to metal. And Cam can. So
No, this is your thing.
this is my thing. Okay. So here is a road. So you have bands like Metallica. So either you go on this road and Metallica is the heaviest thing you listen to, or you go further down. Then you have bands like Slipknot or Slayer. Then if you go straight or you go down, then you start having like death metal bands like Carcass or any other band with a crazy font that you can't understand. Then you can go down, and then once you start going down and down, then you're at a show with like 15 people and you get kicked in the head like 20 times.
15 guys.
Yeah, it's 15 dudes with beards. You get kicked in the head like 20 times. Like, I always tell my wife, I'm like, if I don't go to a show and get kicked in the head at least twice, I'm not really at a show. Sorry, Cam.
When the
I don't even have to go to a show. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means. I just walk around and get kicked in the head twice, and don't worry about it.
when the lead vocalist, it's that grunting, screaming
Love it.
stuff.
Love it. They're so angry about nothing.
I saw the name of a band I've seen a couple times. I think they've come to Chelsea's. Cattle Decapitation. Is that
Yes.
is that one of these kind of bands?
That is a band called Cattle Decapitation. I think it's I want to say it's just a 2-piece band. I don't think they have a bass player.
Well, that era or that genre of music, I guess if you're into it, it's if you're at the record company, you're probably saying we want to sell. I mean, back when there was record companies. Now there is nothing now, right?
Kinda.
It's all streaming, and
there are record stores, but they're all pretty boutique. Like in Manhattan a couple weeks ago, there would be a record store every couple of blocks, like a boutique kind of record store. In Essex Strip Market, there's a record store. You know, there was just here and there, but they're not.
But is it all old stuff? Like Taylor Swift's new album is not going to be in there, right?
I didn't go into any of it.
They go in, okay.
I didn't go
My
in.
daughter went into
I don't
one.
know.
and
But
got
I
me
saw
this-
a lot of them.
My daughter went into one and got me this sweet shirt from Amoeba Music
Yeah.
in L.A. And it's apparently a massive record store, and they saw everything in there.
But they're not like a necessity like
Yeah,
they used to
no.
be. You had to have them to get the music. Obviously, they're streaming now, so it's more of a novelty.
And what is the importance of music to kids now? I mean, it was important to us. We would go to the record store when our favorite band put something out. We would rush in. We'd be excited. You know, and the new releases were on Tuesday. I think that was the case in Lafayette. It's a place called Sound Shop in the Acadiana Mall that I used to go
that was
to.
on Tuesday. It was new release day.
Okay.
And, you know, you buy something and there'd be lines when the new Guns N' Roses would come out or Michael Jackson or whatever the case may be. Now, do they like music? I hear like, okay, my kid likes a song. They listened to it for 2 months, then they deleted it and got rid of it. Or they go pay money to see a DJ spin records.
I just don't feel like a lot of music has the same longevity it used to have. I don't think we're going to see
No.
Aerosmiths and Metallicas and things like that. You know, you don't see bands. Watch Rick Beato, his talk
Yeah,
about the
I love Rick Beato.
the disappearance of bands in music, and he went through like the top 100 a couple months back, and I think there were only 2 bands in the top 100. It was all either collaborations or solo artists with guest artists things like that. So you're not going to have that. That's why it's so much fun. We're going to have the bands here from the Catering when all the bands used to play together and mix and jive, and there's just not a home base for that anymore these days. So for kids these days, I think they just see a lot of solo artists. They want to be a singer. They don't want to be in a band.
Yeah, definitely. Like my kid, she'll like certain artists, and she'll know every song by that artist. But as far as like listening to an album front to back, that's not even a thing. Now it's just like singles only, or if they see something on TikTok or something like that.
A 15-second clip.
Yeah, 15-second clip.
Well, and speaking of writing music, like you said, you don't have to release a whole album anymore.
Yeah.
You can drop one song.
Yep.
Here's a new song.
Right.
Like Adam Dale. I remember he was one of the first people that I knew that had ever done that. And he would put out one song. Oh, here's a new song I worked on. Here's another new song.
I think he did it like every week until the album came out. That's pretty cool idea.
Well, I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems like there's no money being made unless you're upper echelon in selling music anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all in the live show.
Well, there never was, really. I mean, the record companies would pocket and everything.
If you had a bad deal. And a lot of people did.
And everybody did.
TLC always told that story.
99.9% of people did have a bad deal.
It was a TLC. We sold 7 million copies of Crazy Sexy's Cool, and we were still broke. How was that? So they were called Motown deals.
Oh, you ever want to be real sad? Watch Standing in the Shadows of Motown. It's about all the guys, all the session players that played on all the famous Motown records from back in the day, and they got paid, I think, $20 a day to play on all these Motown records that everybody loves and knows, and like Supremes and all kinds of stuff like that, and then they got no credit at all.
It's terrible.
Crazy.
It really is.
No, it's really good and really interesting, but man,
did you see
rough.
the thing about Bittersweet Symphony?
Yeah.
You know that song?
Yeah, that it's a Rolling Stones song.
Yeah. They got nothing from that song.
Yep.
Ever.
Yeah.
And then they got sued. Because the Verb, that was the name of that band?
Verb, that's it.
It was confusing because it was the Verve Pipe.
Yeah.
Also.
They sang Freshman.
Freshman, yeah. The Verb, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they were told they had permission to use that sample. They did. And then Rolling Stones went after them. And I'm almost like, you're the Rolling Stones. You got all the, why are you going after the one-hit wonder? But I think I saw a clip with Keith Richards. What we were supposed to be, flattered? And so they pretty much ended their career. I think they finally kissed and made up like 10 years ago, but the damage was done.
But you took all their money.
They didn't make any money.
You didn't make any money off of it.
Only song.
The only song you had. Yeah.
So.
Well, Vanilla Ice is the most infamous on that. He obviously stole under pressure.
I'll never forget that.
Difference?
That's just burned into my subconscious. Yeah, that's great.
That was so
and play
funny.
That's so silly. Play that funky music, White Boy. He just took that one too and just.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He did the heavy metal version of that.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I remember playing at the Catering.
He played at the Catering.
I played at the Catering.
And I met him. Oh my God, at the Catering.
Did you? What year?
Whatever year he played there. It was right before it burned down. A couple of years before.
It was. Let's see. I
was at the soda pop machine, and he was standing right here like you are. And I was getting one at this side, and he was getting one at that side. And I turned and I went, hey. And he was like, yeah.
So nonchalant.
Well, I didn't expect it to be him, Yo,
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
What's his real name? Rob Van Winkle or something like that?
Yeah, because nothing rhymes with Van Winkle. That was from In Living Color. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
The baggy pants and
nothing rhymes with Winkle.
God, has there ever been a quicker flip from Coolest Thing in America to Big Joke? Well, Ice Ice Baby, because it was the first rap song that went to #1 on Billboard, I think.
That was a good song.
Yeah, I mean, it still is.
Yeah, and then after that, he started doing house flipping and renovations. He had a show on HGTV for a while.
And he's the guy driving the truck on the iced tea, what's the alcoholic spiked tea or whatever, iced tea.
I don't know.
He's in the commercials.
The only thing I know about him is that he's saying "Go Ninja Go" on the second Ninja Turtles movie.
Who?
Yes.
Vanilla Ice.
Huh.
Yeah.
Go Ninja Go.
That's awesome.
Come on, Cam. Go. I'll show you afterward.
Show me later.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
On the behind the music, he talked about damaging his credibility.
Oh yeah.
And at the time he
put
said
in a movie called Cool as Ice.
Drop the zero and give it the hero.
That was terrible. It was so bad.
Well, we could talk about all this stuff forever, and we can. But so let's talk about the Baton Rouge music scene. As I try to make a very awkward right turn here. When are you getting into it, and how cool is it? And in terms of people showing up to see you play music, you're a teenager, you're in high school, you're in college. When do your bands take off, and when are you playing in front of crowds?
Okay.
Cam's a little older.
Okay, well, I'll go first.
All right.
So I used to work at this place on the side of the Catering called Major Video. I managed Major Video for years. It was a video store, obviously. So
You did?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
I was in there all the time.
I probably talk to you all the time.
Cam was renting the movies in the back of the store.
Oh,
No, I'm
yelling,
kidding.
rewind these.
Were you
Be kind,
in the back
rewind.
of the store, Cam?
In the back of the store.
Maybe.
People don't even know what that means.
Be kind, rewind. I remember that.
Maybe. So, we would always we'd always go to the catering afterward because we were right there. We'd knock off at 11 or 12 and go to the catering. And so somehow, from singing in my car for years, I eventually figured that I can sing. I became friends with the Tuesday night band, which was Scott Jordan and Dave Capel, and then a host of other people that played music. And eventually, I just went from coming up and singing a few songs to actually joining the Tuesday night band, which was the Milk Carton Kids. And then from there, I just kind of hop, skip, and jumped into a few different bands, and then got into the band I toured with called Letters in Red. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we toured for quite a while, played essentially the southern, party circuit, like we would call it. Every bar was like Club La Vila, essentially.
Yeah, y'all played at Club La Vila a lot.
A lot. Yeah, it was
I
wild.
saw you guys there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was wild. That was a crazy
What was
3
that
years.
song you played for us that night? I think Joel requested it, actually. And it was,
knows?
Rhett, where'd you go to high school?
Santa Maria.
Okay, so you're a Santa Maria Gator too, just like Allison.
Oh yeah.
And where'd you go to school?
went to Bel Air High School.
Bel Air Bengals. Okay, there you go.
You got a really good memory with mascots.
Well, it's kind of when I first got to Channel 9. Believe me, I was getting stuff wrong. The Baker Bears, no shock, it's the Buffaloes. So there was about 80 teams and mascots I had to learn first.
Get the hammer dropped on you?
The high school football show, exactly. I remember I did a live shot one time and I screwed everything up. And I was talking to Steve Schneider, my boss at the time. Afterwards, he's like, "Yeah, a little sluggish." I was like, "Yeah, I was putting it nicely. Had to come a long way." The speed of the game
I
from
still see
Alexandria to
Steve
Baton
all the
Rouge.
time. He's
Great
so
guy,
funny.
taught me
He's
so much. Yeah, great
Oh my
guy.
gosh.
Was
So
not.
when did you start with Werewolf?
I started with Werewolf probably 11 or 12 years ago, I think. Something like
That'd
that.
be more than that. You guys played at the Catering.
Well, this is the thing is, whenever they were at the catering, I was actually just a fan.
Oh,
He wasn't a member of Werewolf.
I wasn't a member of Werewolf back then, but the guitar player and the drummer are still members of Werewolf. So
Uh-huh.
whenever, after I'd quit everything and just were playing acoustic gigs again, the guitar player approached me and he's like, "Hey, would you want to do a band with me?" And I jokingly said, "Only if it's Werewolf." And then he said, "Okay." And then after that, I was like, "Well, I guess I got to do this now."
But the Werewolf thing was still doing remakes or original type versions of
Yeah.
because that's always been kind of the thing, right?
Well, the thing is, he would arrange songs, like I would arrange songs in Letters in Red. So, for example, whenever Lollipop came out by Lil Wayne, Letters in Red had a version of it. This is funny. It's actually a really funny story. Letters in Red had a version of it that was very much rock, and the verse was still rappy. So I don't know if you remember whenever that band came out that had the Lollipop, the rock version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that band was Framing Hanley. So we actually met Framing Hanley in Panama City Beach at Club La Vila, and they were like, "We really like y'all's version of Lollipop." And 3 to 6 months later, we heard it on the radio. So they kind of stole it from us.
How about that?
Amazing.
Never share your ideas, right?
Yeah, never share it. That's great. But that all that being said is we both, Matt and
It was
I,
a great idea.
It was a good idea.
They did something with it.
Exactly. They beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
But we both take songs and how much rock or metal can we put into this without turning away women or people that just don't like rock music. Pretty much keep the keyboards the same, keep the vocals the same, and make the guitars as heavy as you can.
Keep it as.
I'm sorry.
No,
but he just made me think of something. When that band redid "Careless Whisper,"
Yes.
the George Michael song, and they did it like a rock song.
Yeah, totally.
What
Seether?
did you think of that?
Seether?
Was
Was that the band that did
Seether
it?
did it, yeah.
Okay. What did you think of that?
I thought it was pretty good.
You like that?
Well, I think that the guy from Seether, I don't know if he tries to sound like Kurt Cobain, but he sounds a lot like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. You
So-
think it was like so angry sounding that it didn't really still sound like the intent of the song?
Yeah. So, like, for example, Werewolf covers that. Whenever I sing it like George Michael would sing it. Now, we play the instrumental part like Seether. You play it heavy.
Yeah.
But you go, sorry, I had to do the Beyonce finger. Yeah. You like that, right?
Oh yeah.
So, whenever you do that, you know, to me, you got to keep the...
It's more genuine.
Yeah, you got to keep the vocals the same.
Keep the intention of the
Yeah.
original.
But I guess if you're trying to be on the radio,
It's still
rock radio,
some-
you got to sound tough.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It just never. That one particular song redone like that.
I mean, you don't feel like, I never want to dance again.
Exactly.
You don't feel that?
It's like the words didn't jive with the tone of the voice.
I guess
you know?
it's because like dudes don't want to sing a song about dancing again. They're like, I gotta sound tough.
Well,
I don't know.
I never want to dance again, and I don't need to sing about it.
No, me either, because I can't dance.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
That's why we play music.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Jacques, do you think being a musician would make you a better or a worse dancer?
I would have to think it would make you a better dancer.
No, absolutely worse.
Because
it's absolutely the opposite of what you would think.
Look, you can keep time.
it's a sense of rhythm and timing, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can like move your arms and legs with a sense of rhythm.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're a drummer, you might be able to dance.
Yeah, I don't
better.
know. Charles. The
Chuck, can you dance better if you're a drummer?
no.
No. He says no.
No?
Okay.
Yeah, all the musicians I know are the worst dancers ever,
Yeah.
or at least most creative, because they have to try and get away with something.
Yeah.
So when you're playing, when you're breaking through as teenagers or into your 20s here, what's the biggest crowd you're playing in front of, and how much are you getting paid?
Oh wow,
Oh man, right to the bone here.
those are
I mean, we're probably like 30 minutes into this conversation, so.
these are great questions.
Man, this conference is going for 5 hours.
I love it. Well, I know we did some of the same type of things you guys did
Yeah, for sure.
during certain times. The Gulf Coast was a lot of fun during the
Yeah.
time all this was going on, because
This
they
is
had
the 90s?
Spinnaker.
Oh yeah, Spinnaker.
Yeah, I mean
And La Villa.
90 and Club La Villa right next door. So we were at Spinnaker the night we saw you
Yeah.
at Club La Villa
That's
next
right.
door. So all Baton Rouge people were taking over Panama City Beach that weekend.
That whole
I guess.
coast, pretty much.
Yeah, but why are we saying this? Oh, the crowds. They were probably, I don't know. You have a couple of thousand, few thousand people here and there. Sometimes we do festivals on the Gulf. The Gulf Coast was really, I think, where the biggest crowds were. When in Baton Rouge, like a catering type gig, there was obviously a capacity, and the fire marshal said you couldn't have more than, I think, capacity was like 270.
4, 6,
So
8.
there were never more than 700 or 800 people in there,
Yeah.
and that was about the most. No, it's not really that many. I think maybe 5.
I mean, I remember Monday nights being slammed. I was there every Monday night for
you
like
couldn't
5 to 7 years.
you couldn't move in
Seeing this guy play.
Yeah, well, that was fun every Monday.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, and you, in that interview we did for your Meet Your Neighbor piece, you told me, you said there's some people in Baton Rouge that don't know that there was a music venue that had full band 7 nights a week.
Yep.
And drew big crowds 7 nights a week.
Oh, yeah.
7 nights a week. Yeah,
And that's what the caterer was.
Yeah, and it's really something I think, and I've been around a little bit. I don't know everything about everywhere, but in my experience, I have not seen that again anywhere. And I'm not talking
No.
about just Baton Rouge. I'm talking about other states,
Oh, wow.
a lot of places. I was in Denver last week, and I was there with Ryland, with our bass player, who's coming for this show, coming into town. And he plays music. And we're just like, what is there to do around here? Where can we go? Well, they have some people on the patios, a couple bands every now and then here and there. We're talking about a large metropolitan area like Denver. And Baton Rouge had something unique in that 7 nights a week, full bands, packed full of people. And COVID kind of slowed that down a lot.
Oh,
We talked
yeah.
about this. I even had to send a message to someone yesterday who asked me about the band and things. And it was the same old story. No one has returned to the way things were before COVID. A lot of change happened during that time. Not just in music. In
I can't
everything.
go to Walmart late night anymore. That bothers me.
Why not?
Because COVID killed that.
I haven't been to Walmart in a long
Man,
time.
used to be able to go to Walmart 24 hours a day. After COVID, everything closes at 11.
Does it?
Taco Bell is not 24 hours now.
Well,
Taco Bell's 2 a.m.
Well, nothing's as late as it used to be.
It saddens me.
Yes.
Especially us, when whenever to play late, I want to be able to go somewhere at 2:30 in the morning, and I can't anymore.
Well, it's not. I was in New York 2 weeks ago.
Was everything open?
No, 10 o'clock. I'm having a hard
What?
time finding something to eat.
You can't find a New York slice at like 10?
There wasn't one where we were staying.
Oh man, that's sad.
Well,
I got a really, really bad panini at a grocery store.
You need to go to Rupert's Deli. The varsity has been impacted perhaps more than any music venue
Big time.
since COVID. Because I remember leading into COVID, which was March of 2020, the Blues Traveler was about to come. And it wasn't 7 nights a week, but it was 4, sometimes 5 nights a week over there. A lot of things have changed there, and it's still a great place to go see music, but it takes somebody like me, for the most part, an outside person renting it, bringing the band in, myself, and all that. They don't have somebody trying to book shows there anymore. The Chimes next door, who I believe, they are married in this deal, is still doing very, very well. They got that balcony now, and
That balcony's super fun.
very
Balcony's
nice.
cool, yeah.
So I got nothing negative to say about any of them, but it definitely has changed. It's not the
They
same.
don't really have a booking agent
Yeah.
over there anymore that's actively bringing in music.
And in the meantime, Chelsea's has moved in,
Yeah.
which is a great venue to see music.
It is.
I think it's a 570 cap is what they tell me, and more intimate. They've got the best green room
Hands down.
in the city by far.
Hands down the best green room.
It's
It's
very
it's like there's individual rooms for each band, and like there's like 4 different rooms, and there's like a giant like communal area with a big TV and fancy leather couches. Go check it out, man. It's cool. Look, like next time we play there, I'll call you.
Call me.
Okay, come hang out in the green room
Come
with
over
me.
there.
But
Bring some tea.
it's Aaron, the guy that used to book over Spanish Moon.
Exactly.
I've worked with him. He's been very helpful in the Red Rock and Blues stuff we've done. He books, and they've taken a lot of the bands that used to play the varsity. Are coming there. I'm getting old now. I don't recognize a lot of stuff. I went to go see that Tom Petty tribute they had the other night. It was good. But Texas Club, they're like one of these aging musicians. We only play Fridays and Saturdays. Well, that's what they do. They have Fridays and Saturdays, and they're killing it. I mean, a lot of the shows, they're putting 1,500 people in there. And it's country a lot of times.
Yeah, they're actually in this revival right now. Like they're having local country people play and like slamming
You
it.
see the pictures from in there?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just full of people.
Yeah, it's full of people.
It's so neat.
And some people get
Which is
down
awesome.
on the location. I haven't had any problems out there.
Well, they have extra security.
Yeah.
They have plenty of parking.
Yeah, tons of parking.
Yeah.
And they're close to Denham,
Yeah.
and they draw up Florida Boulevard from
Exactly.
that Denham area and stuff. A
Yeah.
lot of people out there like country. And
Well, it's easy access, easy parking, and they actually hire security.
Yeah.
Whereas some other places we've done things, it's kind of hard to park. You might get a ticket, you might get towed, you have to
True.
walk pretty far. There's no security per se. And then some of the venues aren't quite as big. We should have plenty of room to stretch out and plenty of bartenders and plenty of VIP tables.
once you get inside, I mean, not there's anything wrong with the outside, but once you get in the venue, I mean, it's
Oh, it's huge.
huge place.
Yeah, it's massive.
AC's working nice and well. You ain't gonna be hot in there. I mean, it's comfortable.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's so funny.
It's important, right?
That was the next sentence coming out of my mouth.
Especially for a show on August the 9th. The
Yes.
AC better work,
AC
right?
better
AC
work, yeah.
is cranking.
Yeah. And Mark
man.
and Mike Rogers, the guys that run those places, the brothers, they've been, as accommodating and as nice as can be. So we appreciate that. And so August 9th, you guys will both be there. Talk about Amos Moses. So this is the third caterer reunion. You guys have kind of been the bread and butter. You've played all 3 of them. And it is what has helped lead us to big crowds and raising lots of money. You're not a band that's oversaturating the area. You're playing once a year, and it's for us. And so that, people know they have to go, or they're not going to see you.
They have to go. I think you said it. You encapsulated the whole talk today. They have to go. No, Amos Moses was such a fun group. We had a great time playing music together. We were fortunate enough that people liked us. Sometimes you start a band and people just don't care. This band, people liked us, and we were really fortunate. Joel has the enthusiasm of an army of individuals. Our singer, Joel Cooper, he's incredible to listen to. He went to Guitar Institute of Technology in Los Angeles and graduated from there. Oh yeah,
I never knew that about
certainly
Joel.
did. You know, our drummer Jeff Hood. He and I work together still. We have a company where we renovate and flip houses. He has a contractor company where he does mostly kitchens and bathrooms, but occasionally we get to play some music together. And he's just the nicest guy you'll meet in the world, so it's always fun to work with Jeff on that. Our bass player, Ryland Percy, is coming in from Denver. Like I said, he's flying in to play with us. He was not the original bass player. He did play on a couple of shows, reunion shows with us back in the day that we did, which were not this far removed from the actual normal existence of the band. So he's an incredible bass player. So much fun to work with him. But the band, we got together. We immediately wanted to do an album. We were writing songs. We were rehearsing 3-4 times a week.
Oh,
Can you imagine that now?
Oh, no.
And,
not at all. Not now.
But you know, there was no YouTube. There was no other way to get people to see you other than go out and play
Go and
live.
play, yeah.
So, you know, we were doing that, writing the songs. We did the CD after about a year, 10 songs on that. Like I said, there are no notes left after we did that CD. We played pretty much every one of them, and twice. And it's just a good rock and roll album. It's pretty fun, but there's kind of a grungy edge to it. We played at the Catering. I don't know how often we played. I can't really recall, but it seemed like every time it was full. You know, absolutely every time it was packed full of people. Catering was a place where people actually would line up outside.
Yes, totally.
To go into a show. I'm sure they lined up past Major Video on many occasions.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you're like
Wednesday nights were wild.
Now, what was Wednesday? That was
Wednesday nights were One Once played.
Okay, One Once was always packed. Now, One Once, they did the first
one,
Catering reunion with us. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those lines would be around the parking lot, down to Jubin's down there sometimes. And see, there was Spank the Monkey always had lines outside. And
Spank the Monkey was big in Lafayette, too.
Yeah.
We'd go see him at a place called Poets on Wednesdays.
Totally.
Yeah, and they had a song called Sweet Daisy that they were playing on 96.5, which was an original that they had done. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about it? Because I know you're right in that pocket. Did you like grunge? I mean, did you really embrace it when it hit? Because it was a big departure from the much happier-go-lucky music of the late 80s where, you know, it's Poison, Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, everything's a little more upbeat, happy, party, girls. This stuff was not that.
No, you're right. It was not happy party girls. It was ugly, brooding women. I don't know what. Maybe it was still girls.
Who knows?
And
it was Jeremy spoke in class today.
Yeah, man, it was some dark subject matter. But no, we embraced it. We loved it. We lived it. Mm-hmm. We dressed it.
Did you feel that was real? Did you feel that was what
it felt genuine?
The youth was feeling at the time.
There was angst, and people needed to. They wanted to let that out. They wanted to express it through the music. And did it seem like everybody was in a bad mood? When you look back on grunge, you know, it seemed...
I mean, I was of that age.
Were they grumpy?
I mean, I was in teenage angst world at that time. So, like, I think whenever the first time I heard Nirvana, I was in 5th grade. So... And that was Bleach, I want to say.
Yeah, but we were very happy.
Yeah, I remember being a down kid, just like angry at the world or anything like that.
You don't remember that, or you do?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
But if you were upset,
that's perfect to listen to.
You could listen to Alice in Chains.
Oh gosh,
and just wallow in it.
Or Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a good time to be depressed and feel like
it was a good time to be depressed.
Misery loves company. That was the era you wanted to live in. You know.
Yeah.
But it was fun. And see, I'm trying to think of...
It was backlash also from the Warrant, Cherry Pie, and the Winger, and a lot of that stuff that came, it was so saccharine.
Oh, yeah. That's actually what I was about to say. It was saccharine.
It had spun out of control.
Yeah. It became, everything was about image. I mean, if you really want to watch something interesting, watch The Decline of the Western Civilization 2, which is about hair metal. And it pretty much documents the last part of the hair metal era, and it just like shows the complete excess and like how, I hate to use the term vapid, but just how some of the people's mentality is toward it, and they're just like, I'm gonna be famous one day. I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be a rock star, and they're just like, what happened to these people?
Well, you
talk bad for them, kind of, you know.
Well, you talked about metal a while ago and where your bass line or whatever you started.
Oh yeah.
So, believe it or not, a lot of this
hair metal's way up here. That's
right.
So up here is bad?
No, up here just like your surface. You might as well, you're listening to Michael Bolton too. Nothing wrong with Michael Bolton. Hey, Michael Bolton's great.
Okay.
My mom used to listen to Michael Bolton.
Yeah, Michael Bolton's in the hall like, hey, why are you bringing me up?
Well, he was a metal guy when he started.
Michael Bolton was a metal guy.
guy.
Dude, Michael Bolton's awesome as a metal guy.
Wasn't the band called Bolton or something? You can look it up on YouTube. You can see him trying to do metal.
It was okay. It wasn't bad.
You know, a lot of the metal guys, believe it or not,
they
give a lot of credit to Quiet Riot as the one who kicked down the door with Come On Feel the Noise. That was the first song that really, crossed over in the top 40.
Totally did.
Did all that. Then you had your Bon Jovis who sold 1 million copies, 15 million of Slippery When Wet and all that. And so then it becomes more and more pop and gets away from what you liked.
Yeah. Sad. It's just sad grunge. Well, like, I think even some of the grunge stuff was a backlash to that, because you have bands like Soundgarden and Alice in Chains whose riffs are really metal riffs. Like, especially Alice in Chains and Soundgarden. There's just like lots of chugs and I don't know how else to put that.
I understand.
And
you play music, I hope.
I understand.
And the Eddie Van Halen solo guitar solos, all that stuff went away. It was pretty simplistic, right?
I saw an article yesterday. They referred to Nirvana as the beginning of the anti-solo.
Yes, it really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one was soloing in that stuff.
I just for fun, I do all these random tribute bands. And I've done a Nirvana tribute a few times, and that's the one thing where it's like, it's almost hard to play that bad.
Yeah.
Like you have to unlearn how to really do stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether he just didn't know what he was doing or whether he did it on purpose. And because if he did it on purpose, it's actually kind of genius.
I think in a lot of cases he just liked the sound.
Yeah, just like the way it
this sound works.
Yeah.
And that's great.
All kinds of crazy stuff.
Yoda just flashed in my head when you said,
You must unlearn what you have learned.
I was at a party last week with a underground metal aficionado. He was telling me about a lot of bands that he's been listening to lately. And I didn't recognize the names of most of them, but he did tell me.
I need to meet this guy.
He's going to see, he was in Denver with Ryland and them. And he was going to see Mudvayne.
Yes.
This coming weekend at like a club. Charles, first time I saw Mudvayne was at your apartment years ago. I remember I had nightmares for a week.
Killer band.
Yeah, good band.
Killer band.
well, you guys that are in this scene, to say it's a fraternity would be, I guess, inaccurate because we have people like Allison Collins and whatnot. But you guys all kind of know each other. You all know the fight. You all know the struggle. You all, have respect for one another, that you've learned how to play guitar or bass or drums. You're Chris LeBlancs. You two guys sitting here with some of the Kirk Holder, guys like that. Totally.
Right? Well, that's why we know each other, because of the catering. That's why I know Kirk. That's why I know you. And the catering was a spinoff to Clicks, where a lot of the bands went after that, and that's when we actually talked a lot more than we did at the catering.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's because of those relationships with all the bands back then that all of the musicians today, which are about our age, know each other. You can go and say, oh, Kirk. Oh, you know Rhett. You know the other Rhett. And when I say Rhett and the other Rhett, we know exactly who we're talking about.
Rhett 1.0, 1.5, and 2.0.
Yeah.
Multiple Rhetts. They all play music.
You know Terry Acosta.
Yeah,
exactly. Allison Collins. You know Lynn Boudreau. You know Mike Broussard. You know all these people when I say these names because we all played music.
Toby Tomplay.
Toby Tomplay. Like you said, Chris LeBlanc. We've all played on stage with Chris at one time or another.
Yeah.
You probably sang Dirty Laundry or something with him.
I love Chris. Yeah. How you doing, brother? Yeah. Man, it's great to see you, man.
Spot on impression.
Ryland, our bass player Ryland played with Chris for a few years. You were talking about Chelsea's Funkhouse played there a few years ago. Mark Pirro played with Chris. Mark Pirro was with Funkhouse over at Chelsea. And it's just everybody's kind of intertwined from those relationships we built back then. And it's sad to see we don't have those relationships these days in the same way, because there's not really a meeting point or exchange of ideas place where people can go in person. Catering is one of those places where if you finished a gig early,
that's where you went.
You had to go there to see what was going on before you went home. Somebody was there, somebody was playing. You try and get the bartenders to sell you a 12-pack of beer before you left.
Tell me about Allison Collins, because she was she the only girl in the game?
No, Jake and Joe, man.
No.
Were there a few others?
Ginger's in Denver, too. I should have called her
Is she
last
really?
week. Doggone it. She's a real estate agent.
Oh, Ginger was a beast.
Yeah, Ginger sang with Janka Joe.
Okay.
And
Which
Debbie,
was
too.
Debbie Landry.
Also.
Oh, yeah, Debbie's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Beast.
Debbie and Joe Lee were a female duo that ruled one of the nights on the catering.
Oh, yeah.
It was an every night
But
thing.
while we're on this catering theme in this show, I don't want to. Obviously, you guys are all great, but in her prime '90s heyday, there, how would you describe that, and what was going on Thursday nights?
Okay, Allison Collins' thing was they had a You want to talk about it?
No, go ahead.
Okay. It's just I was there so much. I know.
Go ahead.
But Kerry Reese was the guitar player. He was fantastic. And he just had a great solo guitar style where he could cover so many lines of the music.
Oh, totally.
As just one person. They also had Damon King, which would sing some of the guy parts.
Yep.
They had a bass player for a while. I guess Chad Griffin playing with them. Chad played with them for a while. He would sing a few parts. There was an Elton John song he did. Was it? I guess that's why they call it the blues. Yeah. And he would just nail that every time he sang. And then there was a percussion player, Charles Pierce. Charles is back in the studio over there, and he and I are actually going to play with Allison's set. I'm going to play the acoustic, and Charles is going to do percussion. She's going to sing, so it's going to be kind of a stripped down version of what she used to do at the catering. Mm-hmm. It's going to be super great. We went back and kind of analyzed her set, the songs that I remembered, the songs that she remembered doing, the songs that we thought people connected with. And but back in the day, man, it was the catering was full of people.
Always.
Every Thursday.
Yeah.
Every Thursday, people were standing, lined up against the back wall, lined upstairs. There was a balcony. It took a while to get a drink, but the bartenders were always good. That was another thing. Catering service was always good. You knew the bartenders, you knew the door people, you knew the people working in the kitchen.
You knew everybody on a by first name basis.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And as silly as it may sound, she told me a big part of her fame rising was the simple fact that her name was on the sign, and people drove by and would read the sign, because the bands, they stayed on the same nights of the week, right? It wasn't like there's going to be somebody next Thursday, Allison Collins Thursday, whoever Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, that all.
Yeah, it was like what Monday through Thursday was pretty much the same. The Friday and Saturday would change, but
yeah.
I mean, when you were in Monday night band, how long did y'all play there for?
I did one long stint,
years.
Probably 10 years, did a little break.
Yeah.
Maybe did another few years.
Yeah, years. I remember that.
All right, before we finish on a high note, Rhett, what sucks about Baton Rouge and music and everything?
What sucks about Baton Rouge?
No, I'm kidding, but
I don't have time for this.
I'm kind of. We don't want to bite. We don't want to bite the hand that feeds us.
Be here for a while.
We don't want to bite the hand that feeds us in the city that we live.
No.
But we can have a productive discussion about what we would like to see
What would we like to
changed.
see changed?
That's great.
I mean, on a high scale, apparently they're going to build a new arena. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll be alive to see it. And then, where they're going to combine the PMAC and a new arena where.
Are they really? I did not know that.
First I've heard.
Stop it.
I'm dead serious.
They're supposed to build like what they have the Moody Center in Austin, like a 15,000 seat place. It's supposed to be down on the golf course at LSU, I believe.
Okay, that's
in which
cool.
on a Friday night you might be able to go see Journey or whatever, and then hey, LSU's got a basketball game on Saturday. Do it all in the same place.
That'd be sweet.
So that's
cool.
That's on the high level because the River Center is a nice place. But it seats less than 10,000, and
for sure.
we're flown over between Lafayette and New Orleans. They get the bigger stuff, and we get good stuff, but not the biggest stuff. People are investing less into money, less money into local music. Is that what you're seeing? Here's your open blank canvas, Rhett Guillot.
I mean, I think that it's partially people that own businesses and also musicians as well. I think some people that play music don't really realize what they're there for. I think if you play in a restaurant, your background music for the most part, and some people will enjoy what you do and they'll tip you or clap for you, but I don't think you should ever expect to get tipped or have people applaud you because your background music and people are having conversations. And I know a lot of people get really upset about that. A lot of people get really upset about it.
You saw musicians get upset that they don't get tipped or applause.
Like, they don't get applause. I'm like, dude, your background music at a Mexican restaurant. These people are here.
They went to eat. They don't know you're there.
With 20 people having a margarita celebration, like at Superior on a Monday, like
because Susan's leaving her job to go work someplace else.
Exactly, and you're up there playing Goo Goo Dolls, like cool, but like they're I mean, you're literally background music, and it's fine. I think like it took me a long time to come to grips with that, and that's
Dude, can you turn it down? We're trying to say bye to Susan.
And that's totally fine.
Yeah.
If somebody comes up and tells me to turn it down, yeah, not a problem. You know why? Because the check's still cashed at the end of the night.
You get paid the same, right?
Exactly.
If there's 50 people there, one person there, you get paid the same.
I love the acoustic solo gigs, and you know I
don't mind them
I
at
get
all.
all giggly at them.
Yeah.
Because I will whoever's sitting in the front, I feel like I'm at their table.
Oh, totally.
And I just love engaging those people, and you can tell who's going to want to engage with you and who's not. You know, I remember at Superior a couple of weeks ago, I switched with a girl that couldn't make it. She called me, Cam, I'm stuck in Austin. Can you cover my gig tonight? And I said, yeah. So I go over there, and the girl walks in with her boyfriend, sits down, looks up at me, goes. I looked back at her, I said. She stayed the whole time. We had a blast.
Perfect.
You know, but she obviously wasn't expecting to see me.
No. That's great. Made a you smell sour face.
Oh my God! But yeah, you're so right. You have to know what your job is, and that's if you want to say something to musicians around here, if you want to make money in Baton Rouge playing music, you don't have the caterers, you don't have the giant crowds anymore. You can go on YouTube and do that, or you can go play some of these smaller venues and Chelsea's every now and then.
Yeah.
Something like that, and.
Well, when you're a solo artist, you take home 100% of the money, right? So
yeah.
I mean, I saw something the other day. They were joking. It was a lead singer. It was Vince Neil. Vince Neil has his own band, but
Motley Crue.
Well, not that one.
Different one. Just the Vince Neil
like those
band?
bands that say they retired and they come back. Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Hey. We can get into that if you want to.
No, I was gonna jokingly bring that up. But anyway,
we can.
Really, real quick. But Vince said, "I got my band. It's my band." He's like, "You're a solo artist." No, I got my band. I said, "Do they all get paid the same?" No. Then you're a solo artist.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you one place that used to be fun. Remember Lucy's downtown on 3rd Street?
Lucy's was great.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
When we used to play acoustic down there. That's another thing. Where is downtown? Can I get on a soapbox for a second?
Yeah.
Believe me, I work.
Your brew houses.
Yeah. Where's the Brew House? What's going on with that? Where's the Lucy's? Where is the...
The only thing that's downtown now is O'Hara's, which is the old Happies.
Yeah.
And they have stuff there. And I think they're consistently trying to build a crowd there.
Yeah.
But because of whatever's going on with downtown and the lack of money that's being invested down there, that's the other thing I was talking about. Other thing I was talking about with businesses. It's like everybody just wants to open something and say, okay, everybody come in here. And there's no reason for you to come in here.
Well, the Basin's made an effort too.
Basin, that's for sure.
Ott, he's
Brian
running.
Ott, yeah.
Yeah.
He's done some things that I respect, but some of the stuff I know that it's not going to. John Corabi came and played there one night. We know who John Corabi is, but do the average people in Baton Rouge, know anything about it?
I'm just glad. He's been at this for a while now, and he loves live music, and he's always been behind it and pushing it, promoting it.
Yeah, I think they're doing well. I mean, from what I've seen down there. But yeah, I mean, that's the challenge. Do I want to drive down there and park and walk and all that stuff?
Yeah. Well, and you asked what's the importance of live music to kids or growing up, or what was the importance when we were kids, etc. I think we're in danger of losing some of that. They had a band on the charts last week that was a totally AI band.
Oh, the fake band.
Yeah, it was a fake band, AI
That's
charts
wild.
that came up and charted, and no one told anybody it was a fake band, and then they started researching it because you can kind of tell some of the stuff.
Yeah.
And we won't go into all the
Soulless.
Yeah, just it was, and people were loving the music. And
Yeah.
yeah, And I mean,
It's pretty interesting.
yeah. So I mean, where are things going to go? And all we can do is adapt and accept things and go with what we got. But man, it's kind of, are we going to lose the people who sit down for hours and practice a day to perfect an art that's going to disappear or not be appreciated?
Yeah.
When people are just as happy listening to an artificially generated band and music.
Yeah.
Does that satisfy their same need to hear music or relate to the lyrical content of a song?
Well, it's 15 seconds to TikTok. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Well, and to your point, I think there's some sort of these apps or whatever somebody created. Give me a new Oasis song, Liam and Noel Gallagher, right?
Yeah.
And it came out sounded just like them, you
Yeah.
know. It's like, whoa, that's pretty good, but that's not good for
Yeah.
people who actually create songs and
What
everything.
was your first album, Jacques? The first one that you remember buying, that you bought with your own money. What was your first
Oh,
one?
geez. Well, I remember having a cassette recorder player probably in '82, and I remember having 5 or 6 cassettes, and I remember it was Michael Jackson, Thriller.
That's the first one you bought with your money.
Well, no, I think my parents bought them.
Okay.
After that, I'm trying to remember exactly, but I just remember the first I listened to.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Thriller. I think I had Madonna, Like a Virgin.
Yeah.
Maybe
Nice.
Duran, one of those.
That
Maybe
was
Culture Club, like all your top pop of like 82, 83, 84.
Yeah, it was a great year.
It might have been, 1984. I think they've looked at could be the greatest.
Now that was Rio with Duran Duran in '82.
Okay.
That wasn't that the album that came out in '82.
Uh,
That was the good album. Yeah.
But the year of 1984, if I'm not mistaken, produced like Born in the USA, Van Halen, obviously 1984.
The Reflex was '84.
Purple Rain was 84.
Purple Rain,
Rain, yeah.
which was
Yeah.
a live recording, by the way. Did you realize that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Both of you, I'm sure, play that. How long is that song? 6 minutes, 7 minutes? If
Sure.
you do the
I don't know.
It
You just
takes
you
a little
just, you just drag the saw out as long as you want to.
It depends on what restaurant you're playing at.
it's how many woo you want to do at the end,
I
right?
mean, like we played in Werewolf. I started off with "Nothing Compares to You" by Sinead O'Connor. Do a verse. Then after that, it goes into Purple Rain to play the solo as long as I want to, and then finish it out with All Star by Smash Mouth.
Oh, there you
just
go.
for fun. And then it goes right into What's Going On by 4 Non Blondes. It's 15 minutes of a set gone.
Speaking of great songwriters,
That's fun.
Perry, right? Is that her name? The lead singer of
Linda Perry, I think.
She
yeah.
wrote all these hits for like Pink,
Yeah.
and then she gave one to.
You never knew that? Yeah, that na 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 na. That's Linda Perry.
She wrote a bunch of songs,
Yeah,
a bunch of hit
a whole
songs.
bunch
I'm
of
like,
them.
why didn't you write this for yourself? Because 4 Non Blondes is a one-hit wonder, right? It's the only song I know. But she wrote all these hit songs for Pink, and then she started writing for Aguilera.
Because we talked about it earlier. You're making all the money writing the songs.
Yeah.
Aha.
Ah, she learned the industry quickly.
You saw that circle that became back
Yes,
around? Yeah,
I
I
did.
told you that was going to happen today.
All right, what else do you want to say about music in Baton Rouge? And there were some other things on your mind. If not, then
I think that it's up to us as musicians to adapt a little bit to what the crowd wants. I think that we all have technology. Like I have my phone, and I have this handy dandy app on my phone, and if I'll kind of give it a college try, if I excuse me, if I kind of know how the song goes, I'll give it a college try. And I think people appreciate you trying versus saying like, oh, I don't know it. Like if I've heard a song once, I can weasel my way through it. I know some people stick to their 40, 45 songs that they know, and they're just like, this is what I do.
yeah.
It's like, well, that's why you're not getting booked, is because, and they complain about not getting booked. I'm like, well, that's why you're not getting booked.
Yeah. There's only so many times I can hear Brown Eyed Girl.
Yeah, like I know Cam's really good at playing to the audience. I know Rhett Guillot's really good about that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
another
too.
good name. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are, but these are the two I can think off my head.
They love
And
to see you try.
I know.
Look, I always pull up.
That's
I
fine,
pull up
like,
the
I'll try.
iPad and I say,
Yeah.
"Let's see if the internet's right." And
Exactly.
we just start playing the song. And sometimes you get about halfway through, you have to go, "Oh, that's it," and they go, "Oh, that's great."
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
even
people
funnier.
love it. It's fun.
And the other thing is, whenever you screw up, just stop the song, admit you screwed up, and then you win everybody over.
You were talking about Duran Duran a minute ago. I saw them at the River Center years and years ago, and they were just coming out with a new album. And Simon Lamont, the singer, starts playing the song. It's on acoustic. And he's playing the acoustic guitar and he's singing, and the notes are all off, the beats are all off. And he's like, wait. and John Taylor, the bass player, is pointing at him, laughing. They're just cutting up. He says, "I'm sorry. They told me to practice. I should have practiced more."
Amazing.
Yeah, and he said, "Can we start it over?" So they were going off a track. He started it over, and
That's great.
The place went nuts.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah, Screaming Trees opened for him that day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was
I
a good
haven't
show.
heard of
Well, I've learned the hard way too in television. Things are going to go wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
Always.
And the best way to handle it, although it's not my initial reaction, is to try to smile and laugh about it and not get mad and
Just
think
make fun
about
of, just make fun of yourself. That's what you got to do.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. And have fun. Okay, this is the part of the show, the final part of the show, where we promote the gig.
Let's talk
This is
about
like the David
Nobody's
Letterman.
listening anymore. We should have done that in the beginning.
We didn't talk about wrestling yet.
Oh yeah. Well, rest in peace, Hulk
R.I.P.
Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, so I'm wearing an NWO hat today.
Yeah. Red told me, he said, "Can I wear a hat?" And I said, "Why? You have plenty of hair."
I do have
So,
plenty of hair. Good hair. Look at that.
Like, it's nice and dark at 42 years old.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
you.
I got a little gray. Not much.
So Hulk Hogan,
Ozzy.
Malcolm Jamal Warner from the Cosby Show.
Ozzy, you were talking about doing things at gigs that people don't expect. I did acoustic version of Crazy Train.
Oh, really?
At the gig and that night, when Ozzy passed. And did I know if it was going to go off well or not? No.
I played Mama, I'm Coming Home, and somebody's like in the crowd, like nearly crying. I was like, ah.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have played that, but you asked me to play Ozzy. That's the one song I know how to play by Ozzy.
Yeah.
On acoustic, sorry.
No. August 9th at the Catering. So what can we look forward to seeing that night? And we want to mention Blueverse, who's also playing. And I got to give credit to my good friend Ben Cassio, guitarist in the band Regeneration. They had a great show the other night at L'Auberge, in which Candlebox was there that night. Mm-hmm. And so all the people from Candlebox went to go see them as well. And the lead singer from Candlebox, Chris Martin, I believe, he got up and sang 2 songs with the band. So
He's like the nicest dude ever.
Saw the video. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So this was Ben's idea to do this catering reunion, and it has been the most profitable thing we've ever done in terms of music, because we've had some great bands come in and play over the years. We've had some exciting nights with Gin Blossoms and Everclear and Sugar Ray and Vertical Horizon and Eve 6 and Runaway Train Never Soul Asylum. They came in. We've had a lot of these bands. They cost money, and so I'm not great at math. It took me a few times to get out of college algebra and statistics, but I do know that if you're not paying a whole lot for your show and you're taking a lot of money, it's good. So this was Ben's idea. This is the 3rd one we're doing, and so I'm tossing it over the plate. What will we see, Cam? You put this together too, as far as the lineup.
I've been blessed to work with you on this for the past 3 years, all of these, and get to know you over this time. It's a lot of fun. What can we expect? I think you know what to expect. It's going to be some grunge music, some music that's true to the vibe that we had back at the Catery, the nostalgia that's going to come with that.
Oh yeah, big time.
The one we did last year, I remember our first song was a Nirvana song.
Yes.
And we just busted open with that one. And we finished with Sabotage by the Beastie Boys.
That was awesome.
So what we're going to do...
I love that song. It's so good.
What we're going to do this year is another show like that, where we're going to try and capture some of that nostalgia from Allison's show and bring back songs that people remember her singing that were really fun, and that acoustic vibe with that. With Blueverse, we're going to have that same thing. Wayne Wagensback, the singer, sent me their set list. It's true to the era. It's going to be fun to look back at that. With Amos Moses, we'll do a few of our original songs from the album we talked about. We'll do some hand-picked songs from that era. We're not trying to play any new music or sell any new albums or anything of that nature. So that's what you can expect from us. From Werewolf...
I just want to hear Joel Cooper sing, because Joel Cooper can sing the telephone book to me, and I love it.
I'm telling you, man.
This man, I always told Joe he's like the redneck Bon Scott to me.
Yeah.
He's got like, if there's one person I wish I could sing like, it's Joel Cooper. I can't. I can't do that.
And I don't want to put the pressure on him, but he does great with pressure, so it's okay if he hears this and he gets the pressure. Friend of mine that I work with in real estate, she went out to see us play. She'd never seen us before.
Okay.
Lynn Scherer, this lender that I work with, and she met Joel through real estate and some other things, and he's so calm, he's so reserved.
Hey, it's chill.
And he's so quiet, you can barely hear him sometimes when he talks. So then he gets on stage, and when he hits that first chord or that first downbeat, he just goes off.
Yeah.
And he turns into the Joel Cooper rock show.
Oh, totally.
He becomes the Joel Cooper rock show. He sounds like a rock show. It's just incredible. So Lynn calls him the switch. It's like he steps on stage and you flick that switch, and it's the rock show with Joel Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one thing you can look forward to. He's never disappointed us in that.
No, Joel's
in that
amazing,
arena.
man.
It's the linebacker who's so sweet off the field.
Yes.
And the second he steps on that field, watch out, he's going to take your head off, right?
Crushing everybody.
Alter
Yeah.
ego.
Then he'll help you up. He'll help you peel yourself off the ground.
And it's important to point out about this, too. Obviously, this is a charity event. We give money to Louisiana military charities. We've given to the Blue Star Moms of Louisiana, Gulf Coast Veterans, a lot of other great local charities who give back to local men and women of the military. That's the cause. And, we understand our age bracket as well. It's not going to be a case of getting some band up there at midnight. We open doors at 6. We start at 7. Everyone plays about 45 minutes, gets their lick in. Maybe Werewolf plays a little longer because they're closing us out. Keep the bars running for a little bit for as long as we can.
Just tell me how long of a set we got. We're good.
And that kind of thing. But, that's important, too, because I think that no one likes to go to a show and wait around. When it's the last band getting up, we stay out. Even on Saturday night, don't be getting a band up there at midnight. So looking forward to it, and it'll be a lot of fun. I appreciate you two guys doing it. Cam, you quarterback this. You lined up all these bands, and as successful as it's been in the Facebook comments, where's Allison Collins? Well, she's there this time. She's our Dylan Cruz.
Yep.
She's leading off.
Everybody was asking. We needed a leadoff hitter.
Yeah, and then down the road, we'll look at maybe we'll get a Spank the Monkey maybe one year, and
Yeah.
some of those others who have participated. So.
We talked with the third Rhett at Liquid Sand.
Oh, man.
And he said maybe one of these days. So
Whoa.
maybe we'll just plant a seed out there.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jacques.
Great seeing you guys.
You are the
man.
best. Thank you,
You're
sir.
the man. I saw you on Channel 9 one time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that's-
genius Jacques did a piece on me.
Nice little-
Thanks again.
No, thanks for coming down. Support your local musicians too, by the way, and keep Baton Rouge a cool place to enjoy your sports and your music. I'm Jacques Duce. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later.